While I am turning this into the best drawing I have ever made, let's go through the tricks. You made a drawing and you show it to someone, and all of a sudden, thoughts and excuses race through your mind. I rush the hands. It's my first time to draw Professor X. This is called the dirty house syndrome. A friend comes over and all of a sudden you notice how dirty your house is because you see it through their eyes. Same with the drawing. So for the best effect, stand next to the person. It's not about the feedback they give, so it almost doesn't matter who you show it to. Just listen to that inner voice listing off things that you can draw better. Then go and fix the drawing. Trick 2. Don't wing it. Here at this point, I realized I don't really know how to draw the clavicle. So let's pull up a wiry Bruce Lee and check. Also how Jim Lee does it. So the clavicle bone makes kind of a V shape with the traps, and the bone has a bend to it and connects to the front part of the shoulder muscle. Pecs fan out from the connection point to the center of the chest bone. Check. And while we have Bruce here, let's also check the shapes of the ribs, kind of like this. Still going for that Jim Lee front part though. And this is not cheating, people. You're not supposed to have a perfect recollection of anatomy, so if you're not sure, do a quick Google image search right then and there. Okay, trick 3. First decide on a style, which means head to body proportions, hatching style, degree of exaggeration, the thickness of the lines, because these 3 don't seem to live in the same world, right? In this one, I'm looking at the style of Jim Lee and Scott Williams, and I'm not copying a drawing, but I'm just looking at the way they do the cross-hatching and taking the 1/8 head to body proportion. Trick 4. Flip it! Get yourself out of tunnel vision by looking at your drawing in a mirrored version. I already made a video of how an image artist showed me how to do that at a Comic-Con, so let's keep going. 5. Don't skip steps. Let's say you draw Gambit in a trench coat, better yet a silhouette. Easy, right? Nope. Draw everything underneath. That way you know where to draw the folds, the elbow, even that furthest the coat goes before it drapes down. All necessary things you know from the underlying structure. So in this Cyclops, that means I draw every muscle, even though a lot of them will be covered by the bands or the chest emblem. It's gotta be there, because it will look wrong to our eyes if it isn't underneath. 6. Be strict with yourself. Redraw it. Yes, you might have a deadline, real or self-imposed, but don't give up or it will look like these 2 drawings I did, which I think are perfect, except for these parts. And now I can't look at them without feeling shame. Shame! Here's my enjoyment curve while making a drawing. Super high in the idea phase, still super high in the sketching. Then after a couple of hours I just want it to be done and I let myself off the hook for mistakes. And the excuses start. Because if there's anything I'm good at, it's listing off excuses. Just check out the 100 Artist Challenge I did, where I posted 100 videos drawing like my comic book idols in less than 4 months, which is almost a video per day. And then you give yourself a lot of room. Surely I'm not expected to deliver my best drawing each time. And then you end up with 100 drawings you wish you spent more time on. If I'm perfectly honest, I'm probably satisfied with just one. This Fleischer Superman. This one comes pretty close, but then I see the thin toe. And boy, in no universe does this remind anyone of Greg Capullo. But I made it in 2 hours. Yeah, you made a crappy drawing in 2 hours. Whoops. So this connects to the final tip. Call it done when you feel it's better than the previous drawing you made. Because you know what? It'll never be perfect, but it can be better than your last drawing. I think it was Stanley Kubrick who said, "Movies aren't finished, they are abandoned." So there's no perfect piece of art. When directors get asked about which film is their best one, a lot of them always say the next one, because they know they will not stop until it is at least better than the last one. So yeah, let's see if I did that on this puppy. Line, flats, fades, pow! Yes, it is definitely better. I made the one on the left for my Jim Lee Will Spartacio comparison video, and the hatching on it is just hideous. Also the underlying muscle shapes, especially that left bicep and the pecs. The bottom leg is behind the quads, but the foot kind of points towards us, which gives it a weird perspective. And yeah, I fixed all of those in this drawing. I did an extra step where I did tight pencils of the hatching before starting the inking. And the leg perspective worked really well, I think. It feels way more 3-dimensional. Is it perfect? No. There's room for improvement still with the Scott Williams hatching. Let me know what you think in the comments. check this video, which is a summary of the 100 Artist Challenge. If your favorite artist drew comics in the 80s or 90s, I'm sure I made a video about him or her. Thank you. Bye.